Hey everybody, Kenya Horton here, and in this video, I want to share with you an analysis of our winning Forex scalping strategy using the IMO Web Analyzer. It's one of the strategies that I've just had a lot of success with. I absolutely love it. It is the only strategy that I have really dedicated myself to sticking with, and it helped me become consistently profitable. And so it's something I just like to continue to share, because if you do it and you do exactly what we did, there's no reason why you can't profit with it. So I get a lot of questions about setups, finding setups. Some people say it's hard to find setups. Some people say that they just don't understand. Once they get in the trade, it goes against them. So I want to point out a few things that can help you. If you are struggling and you don't have a strategy, or if you want to learn Forex trading and you're not sure where to start, feel free to look at the description of this video. Number one, you can join our public Telegram. We provide a lot of daily coaching, trade ideas, tips, and everything we can to help you master the strategy and just develop your trading knowledge. And also, too, we can share information on our Learning Academy to help you become an experienced trader. So make sure you download the app Telegram on your phone or computer and find Brian Kenya Horton on Telegram. Actually, the link is in the description of this video. Join our channel. You can share it with whoever you want. And also, our contact information is there so that you can reach out to us if you need to. Other than that, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on our trainings, and let's go through this strategy. So this strategy is Davin's 4 rules, and I learned this strategy through iMarkets Live using the IMO Web Analyzer. This is a tool that you have to be a subscribed customer. It's not something you can just download on your phone, but it comes with a lot of other value as well too. So with this strategy, you can get about a good 20 to 40 pips, okay? Now, what you have to ask yourself, number one, in my opinion, you want to find ways to minimize your losses as much as possible. Before I even think about profit, I'm always thinking about how can I minimize my losses. I am concerned about risk, okay? So I have found certain ways to minimize my losses, and I share those things in the Telegram, which you can check out. But, I win all day long with this strategy, honestly, aiming for no more than 10 pips. If I do go for about, anything more than 10 pips, if I want to get that 20 pip range, I usually will just trail my stop loss. But the market is going to pull up and back and up and back. So you'll notice that when I share results, I have a lot of entries because I'm constantly entering the market, grabbing pips, and I re-enter on the pullback or when it pulls back to my entry. You have to be very skilled at that. And so that's something that I just took a while to learn and practice, but there's so much potential, you guys. So with the 4 rules, a lot of you follow this and we focus on 4 indicators: the Bollinger Band, the RSI, the stochastic, and the MACD. Hopefully you know how to set up the settings. I have videos on the Sharif video where you can learn how to set up your settings. I'll do one just for the 4 rules if we don't have one, but very, very simple. Look at the document in Telegram. I have step-by-step the rules and what you look for and how to win with this strategy, okay? So if you go to Telegram, look at the previous media that I've dropped in there or the recent posts, find the Davin's 4 rules document. It'll show you, even have examples in there. So you're looking for a Bollinger Band hit on your 5-minute chart. You want a Bollinger Band confirmation. What I mean by that is when you first go to this trade, let's say you get a cha-ching and you go to Euro USD, you want to see, number one, does the candle close outside of the Bollinger Band? If you're entering for a buy, you need this last 1 to 2 candles to close outside of the Bollinger Band. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, you want your RSI to come down to the 20 level and start to point up. We take trades when the RSI is above 80 or above, or 20 and below, okay? And the reason why we do that is because once our RSI reaches the 70 and 30 level, our trade is already into profit when most people are just entering the market on those levels. Now with the stochastic, for a buy, you want your blue signal line to come down to the 20 level, cross up, and cross over your red signal. And then the most important thing, guys, is the MACD indicator. I love the MACD indicator because it's a great gauge for momentum, determining momentum in the market. When this MACD is pulled apart, it's a potential sign of pullback in the market. And I'm going to show you an example of that. But you'll find that when you have all of your confirmations and the MACD crosses, you go into profit, okay? So you'll see that right here. See where I have this lined up? And then you see where this green candle forms right here? Notice, so I usually get in on the 15-minute chart when my MACD is pretty much almost touching or crossing. It's better to get in when it's crossing to know that, it's going your direction. So once you confirm this, one other important thing that I do on the 1 hour time frame, after I check the overall trend, I drop my support and resistance on the 1 hour time frame. Now, right now, this is the perfect example. So I'm not going to go to the 1 hour right now, but I'm just going to plot it right here as if I plotted it on the 1 hour. So I'm going to drop a horizontal line here for my support. And then I'm going to grab another horizontal line. I'm going to drop my resistance right here. Oh, did I click? Okay, there we go. All right, so just ignore this up top here. Let's just say this is where price is right now. It's not anywhere in the future here. This is all we're looking at right here, okay? So we have our support and resistance, right? We have a low here. This is our high. And so we're looking at price respecting this zone here. So the thing that you will look at is after you draw your support and resistance, if these two candles, these sell candles continue to go short and they break through the support zone, then that's first of all, you wouldn't even be entering the trade because your MACD didn't cross. That's not a confirmation, okay? But the cool thing is that if this zone was to break, that's a signal to you that you need to make a decision to cut your losses early, okay? So that's what I use that zone for. So as you can see here, price did not go past this support zone area. It respected it, right? So once you have your confirmation here, your 4-rule confirmation on the 5-minute chart, you move over quickly to the 15-minute chart. And this might seem like a lot, but I promise you this is so easy. You just have to train your eye to know what to see, all right? So don't focus on this preview. Actually, you know what? It's gonna look different as we go from one time frame to another. So let's just drop it here, okay? So we went from the 5-minute to the 15-minute time frame, okay? So now guys, what we do is we look for the same confirmation on the 15-minute chart. We have 1, 2, 3 sell candles here, and we're looking for a buy, right? So price closed outside of the Bollinger Band. Our RSI came right to that 20 level and touched it. Beautiful, right? It crosses up. Then we look for our confirmation on the stochastic. The blue signal line comes down, crosses over the red signal line. And then the last thing, look here, right before this MACD cross, look at this pullback right here. This is why the MACD is so powerful and will make all the difference in your trading. Once you wait for this MACD on the 15-minute chart to cross, now you can get in when it's almost touching. Sometimes I do risk it and I'll go ahead and take it because really what these indicators are telling us is what the market has already done. That's why we look at the 5-minute chart first. We watch it play out and do the 4-rule confirmation. Then we move to the 15-minute time frame because that is a prediction of what's going to happen on the 15-minute time frame. So once this MACD crosses on the 15-minute chart, look what happens, all right? Right here, this candle here. MACD cross, and your trade went right on into profit. Look at that. That's about 40 pips right there, okay? I'll grab my ruler and just to confirm it for you so you don't think I'm making things up. This is about a 40 pip move or so. Okay, you see that? It's about 40 pips, rounded out. That's a nice move, all right? So what you can do, there's different ways that you can trade this type of strategy. I trade 2 different accounts. I do a growth plan account, which you guys, saw that. I go for a certain daily percentage where I'm focusing on compounding my money over time. It's a very powerful way to grow your account. In my opinion, it's better than striving for a daily amount. But I do have another account where I try to strive for a daily amount, and I use that account for a different goal. And so you can just find what works for you guys. So for example, with the growth plan account, I just use the lot size that it gives me. I went over that, I think, in the previous video. You can go watch that. But then also I have a different account, and I'll just show you a trade that we took this morning. I'm going to show you that. But I've gone through these different 4 rules and show you exactly how this works. Now, 2 things I just want to go through. Entry. Again, you do not enter unless you have these 4-rule confirmations and you enter on the 15-minute right when the MACD is touching or almost crossing. Please practice, demo your way of success, and send me your results. Let me know how you guys are doing with this. And if you're struggling, you can send them through Facebook Messenger or Instagram. I want to see the success that you guys are having or the challenges that you're having so that we can help you, okay? So after you enter, where do you drop your stop loss? Personally, I do a 15 pip stop loss. Your trade, honestly, if you have the right entry and you follow the rules, your trade usually will not go lower than 6 pips negative, I say. That from journaling my trades, that's what I've discovered. It never goes less than, I would say, 6 pips in the red, okay? But I do a 15 pip stop loss. Just sometimes I don't do a stop loss at all. If I'm not trading during a time where there's red folders or high impact news on the currency pair that I'm trading, I don't do a I don't do a stop loss only because I trade multiple positions and I'm in and out so quick that usually once I enter, my trade goes into profit pretty quickly. And I am usually trying to set my take profit levels on my 3 positions so fast. So I also will re-enter. I usually re-enter when the market pulls back to my entry price, or I will leave one position open and I'll let that position trail and I'll aim for more pips. So I usually will close my first like 2 positions with a 6 pip take profit. I'll let that last position trail a little bit and I'll move my stop loss 1 pip past my entry price. So the only time I really use a stop loss is to lock in profit and to trail it when I know that, I can get a good 20 to 40 pips out of a trade. But otherwise, I like taking my pips early and getting out. And the good thing is that when you become so experienced with this strategy, you can stack your positions. First, especially if you have a small account, use low lot sizes and just focus on growing your account and getting really good, okay? Because if you can just learn how to be consistent, grow your knowledge and make money with this strategy, you'll be able to do so much more over time. Like this is the key and the ticket to your freedom right here. And you just have to trust us on this. So very important, after you take a trade, make sure that you journal your outcomes. So I have that on our website. The link is in the description as well. And if you go to free trading resources, there's a trading journal there that you can access. Make sure you access that. You want to journal all of your outcomes so that you can start to see trends and it helps you perfect your strategy as well. When you start to record your outcomes, you'll start to notice what you did right, what you did wrong, and it's going to help you so much. So in our Telegram, you'll see that depending on when you join this Telegram, you'll see how I share with everyone. So for example, I give a heads up on a sell on Euro USD. I gave a heads up on when to enter. I put now. I even showed exactly what it looks like so that you can get used to seeing what that trade is supposed to look like when you enter it. What does it look like before? What does it look like in progress? And what does it look like after the trade has executed and we're now in profit? So I showed one of my positions that I was in. I think I had like 2 or 3 positions going, but that was one. And we were all in it together for those who were able to take it. I then showed, how, because I had been sharing this all week with the team and showing them how I was trading this channel. And so I also trade market structure as well, but I trade the 4 rules so that I can continue to teach others because I've been successful with this. So I really only share what has worked for us. And yeah, I just love doing that. So this is what I share in Telegram. One of our customers shared this. She profited on Euro USD, so that was pretty cool. And I got some other messages too. I like to shout people out, so I'll be shouting more of you out. But yeah, guys, you guys can join this Telegram and you can see exactly, some of the examples, all of the information and value that I put in there to help everyone be successful. If you guys have questions, you can drop them on this video. But that's a simple step-by-step of the 4 rules. And I just wanted to point out another setup on the entry. Also, remember, just draw your support and resistance. So that gives you an idea of, where you can take profit. And also too, just a heads up on, you need to have those zones marked so that if price breaks your support or resistance level, you can be aware that you probably need to cut your losses early and get out instead of waiting for it to hit your stop loss. So guys, I hope this was helpful. Again, if you want to learn this strategy and you don't have a strategy, you need a good scalping strategy, join our Telegram and read